This is the May meeting of the Wyoming Board of Education. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Thomas.
Here.
Mrs. Zoller.
Here.
Mr. Belarski.
Here.
Mr. Lee.
Here.
Mr. Sparrow.
Here.
Thank you. Will you all please join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a roll call.
Mrs. Zoller.
Yes.
Mr. Belarski.
Yes.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Mr. Sparrow.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
All right, thank you. May I have a motion to move into executive session to consider the employment of public employees?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Belarski.
Yes.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Mr. Sparrow.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller.
Yes. Thank you. All right, we will move into executive session. We're going to go in this room over right over here. Good evening, all. We began our meeting earlier with executive session, so we are ready to move on. The agenda to recognition of the public. We do not have anyone signed up, so we will go to our second recognition of the public, which is a special recognition for all of those wonderful people who have made Wyoming what it is today. And we thank you for that. I would like to begin with those who are retiring. If you would please stand up over here by Tim and Earl and move over there near you. Thank you. We have 5 employees who are retiring this year after numerous years in Wyoming, from both the high school and the middle school. We would like to recognize them. We want to wish them well. I want to give you a couple of personal ideas. Number 1 being, on the first day of school, don't come anywhere near Wyoming. It will draw you back in. So you got to be careful. Second of all, I want to give you the good news that traveling in October is really wonderful. That's one thing teachers never get to do that will be yours. And so we wish you, first of all, we thank you for the years you've given us and for your entire life, your entire week. And we thank you for all you've done and wish you well. And I'm going to pass, hang on, I'm going to do it this way.
Angie Evans. Angie joined Wyoming in 2005 and has taught high school English, oral communications, and mass communications. She holds a master's degree and has supported students through many supplemental roles, including varsity girls basketball, varsity assistant girls soccer coach, English department chair, Icarus advisor, student council advisor, and as a member of the WHS building leadership team. Thank you, Andy, for your incredible commitment, both in and out of the classroom.
Next, we have Jane Gotching. Jane began her career at Wyoming during the 1994 to 1995 school year and has been a dedicated high school math teacher throughout her time here. She holds a master's degree and has supported students and staff as class advisor for all 4 grade levels, math department chair, and as a member of the Wyoming High School building leadership team. Thank you, Jane, for your years of leadership and service. Is Diane here? Diane Beheka? Well, Diane began her work in Wayne, Wyoming in the 1997 to 1998 school year as a Spanish teacher at Wyoming Middle School. She holds a master's degree and has served as department chair and supervisor for the Spanish Club. Congratulations, Diane, and thank you for your dedication to the students.
And do we have Lisa here? Okay. Lisa Sanders. Lisa began her career in Wyoming during the 1992-93 school year and has taught middle school language arts, including 6th grade, 8th grade English and Reading Lab, and 7th grade English. She holds a master's degree and has also served students as the middle school student council advisor. We are grateful to Lisa for her lasting impact on our middle school students and community. And to all those who have had her as a 6th grade teacher, your letter is in the mail. Thank you.
And our last retiree is John Hover. John has worked in the district's maintenance department for over 11 years. His wide range of skills and experience will be missed. We thank John for his years of service to Wyoming City Schools.
All right, thank you very much. We'd also like to recognize some of our leadership with our community leadership, and I'd like to start with our president of the PSA, who might still be recovering from Mayday on Friday. Panina Gunyon is retiring as the president of the role.
Okay, all right, so I think the next group of individuals that we're going to recognize come from our Citizens Advisory Committee. Our CAC, let's see a show of hands. Anyone out there been a part of the CAC in the past? Okay, we've got a few hands around the room. Our CAC is truly an incredible group. It's a group of individuals, community members, staff members who volunteer their time to do research on topics that we think are really, really important in the school district. And those topics are connected to things that we need to help make decisions around. And sometimes those decisions come up quickly, sometimes those decisions come up down the road. And these individuals give up their time. It's a 2-year commitment. And the work that they do is phenomenal, and it is definitely utilized as a school district to make, as I shared, decisions on very, very important topics. You can actually see a list of all those studies on our website. If you're curious about what some of the study topics are, I encourage you to look at our website and check it out. It's pretty amazing the work that they've done. So I think we're going to start off with our community members who are finished with their 2-year term.
So the sentence is 2 years, the opportunity is 2 years to participate. And each year there's at least 2 studies. So if you're on a given year, you may be partnering with the same individuals or different small groups to really bring a recommendation to the board, which is always thoroughly considered and often implemented. Do we have the members of our group who are finishing their 2-year term? Emily Burton, I think is it just to stand or come up to the front? Just stand if you're here. Emily Burton, Stephanie Denton, Sven Schreiber, and Mary Ellen Nichols. They may be recovering from May State, but in the past 2 years, some of the studies that we've done included best practices for students and staff in utilizing temporary instructional services, which we are implementing many of the best practices this year as we've gone into execution on that. Also social media and its impact on students and families. And then this past year, homework and study best practices as well as a young alumni survey. So many of these things are, again, continuing to be implemented and considered as we think about how we best serve the district, and we'd like to thank them for their service to the CEC. And we also have 2 staff members who have served a 2-year term in the CAC. Ian Klingler, are you here tonight? And Sandy Zeefley. I know Sandy's here. Sandy's standing up there, way in the back. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, one of our additional district committees that we have is called the Belonging and Inclusion Collaborative. And it is an incredible group that meets once a month and truly talking about, just as the title says, just as the name of the committee says, working to ensure that we are committed to making sure that our students, our staff, our community feel a sense of belonging and inclusion during their time here in Wyoming. And we have a number of community members who serve on that committee, as well as staff members, and also one of our board members. And so tonight, we want to recognize our community member who served for the last 2 years, who will be stepping away from our, we call it BIC, Belonging and Inclusion Collaborative. And also we want to recognize our staff members. So we'll start with our community member.
Amy Webb was a member for the last 2 years on our committee, and has been really good at sounding board and contributor to those meetings.
And with any of our staff members who will have just contributed greatly, sharing their perspectives and insight. We have 3 of our middle school teachers and 1 of our high school teachers. Is Tyler Steinons here? Keani Brockman. Keani is here. One of our intervention specialists from the middle school, Bailey Fear. So, sir. Thank you. Dr. Jolie Weiland has served as a member of the Belonging and Inclusion Collaborative since its beginning. And she is one of our French teachers at the high school, so we also want to recognize Dr. Jolie Weiland.
Thank you. If you have an interest in serving on our CAC or on our BIC, on BIC, we change over each summer. So if you go to our website, you will see an application, and please fill it out and please join. It's a 2-year commitment that I think it's great service to our community and especially to our children. All right, now we are going to have even more. I'm going to pass it to you.
All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of shifting. Come on over here. Okay, so now what so many of you are here for tonight is what we call our second semester student recognition. It's advanced staff recognition, and it is about highlighting some of the amazing accomplishments that our students and many of our staff members have had from this second semester. We just do this twice a year, and we think it's very important to press pause and say, wow, we just appreciate the amazing things that happen, and the accomplishments that our students have made, and we know that they are that successful because they have a staff that wraps the arms around them and cares for them. They come from families that care about school and care about them being successful. And really, the Wyoming community is such a special community that cares for our school family. And so this is a great celebration. So what's going to happen is we will have individuals who come on up, and they will call out students. And when your name is called, we ask you to come on up here. We're going to stand in a line up here. You'll be recognized, and then we would like all of our students, before they leave, to just introduce themselves. It's great. We want to make sure everybody knows who you are. And then when you exit, you'll come around this way, and we've got just a small gift just to say thanks for doing the amazing things that you do. So sit back, relax. We're going to start with our primary school celebrations.
And so to begin, I will invite our Wyoming Primary School Principal, Jen Earhart, to come on to begin these amazing recognitions.
Hi, thank you guys for being here tonight. This is a full house. It's exciting. So special shout out to those of you who are retiring. Nicely done. We do have lots of things to celebrate tonight, and we have seen so many amazing accomplishments from our students at the primary school. And so I wish we could share all of them, but we are going to give you a tasting of them. So I'd like to invite Jen Gershner, Gifted Intervention Specialist, to come up. And I would like Hunter Thomas. And Bill Arthur Ben Reed, and Walter Kennedy.
Every spring, my fourth grade reach students have the opportunity to participate in the statewide stock market game. They participated in teams of 3 to 4 kids, and they competed against 44 other 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teams across the state. They are given $100,000 in virtual money to invest in different companies and funds. And they ended up with a portfolio over 10 weeks of over $105,000. They came in first place in the state in the elementary division, which means that they got invited to go to UC and present a 10-minute long PowerPoint presentation about all of their investments and what they learned. They were competing against middle school and high school students for it. So we had a great day last week going to UC, getting a business tour, having a lovely luncheon with an unmentionable amount of dessert. Tell you their favorite stock or investment advice.
I'm Hunter Thomas, and my favorite tip for researching or for stock advice is always research a stock a lot before you buy it, because if you don't, it could go down and lose you lots of money. Picking a stock is not like picking a used puppy. It's like picking who everyone else thinks is a used puppy. Don't pick a stock just because you like what they have. Pick a stock because it's good.
So if anyone would like their own investment portfolio reviewed, judging will be available afterwards. It's pretty awesome. So next I'd like to invite Joe Kennedy, our PE teacher at the primary school, to come up, along with Augie Partridge, Ollie Query, Gabe Gunyon, Lydia Medellino, Sam Talkers, and Hugh Harrison.
Good evening. Thanks for coming. I guess checking out these guys and their achievements. As a new phys ed teacher, one of the things I really wanted to impress upon our students was sportsmanship. Coming into class every day, working hard, being competitive, but also being a good sport, being a good winner, a good loser, and knowing how to respect themselves and each other. That's why I picked these guys. These guys came in every single day. They had a smile on their face. They worked really hard, and more importantly, they were compassionate about their classmates. They're always concerned about what they're about. They always expect better play, but they play hard all the time, which is exactly what we want. So I'm very proud of you guys. You worked hard, very hard every single day, and cared about each other.
I'm Augie Partridge.
Fourth grade to second grade.
Excellent, thank you. So Mrs. Benjamin, our art teacher, could not be here tonight, but on her behalf, I would like to invite Morgan Guthrie and Cassidy Schmall to come up.
I'm Morgan Guthrie. I'm
So these lovely ladies are incredible artists. Mrs. Benjamin writes, they show their love for art beyond art class. The energy they demonstrate is a willingness to try and a desire to push the boundaries of art. Morgan often shares her love of creating with me. She has a deep appreciation for making art and has shared so many of her creations with me and with others. Cassidy is an outside-of-the-box thinker who's always looking for ways to challenge herself. She has a unique creative style all of her own. Her art reflects her inquisitive, artistic brain that is always pushing her art to a higher level. All right, now I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Boshin, our middle school principal.
Thank you, and again, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Brian Boshin. I'm the building principal here at the middle school, and it's a pleasure to be here. These are the great board meetings that we attend twice a year to recognize some fantastic things that are happening here in the middle school and throughout the community. As we look at the students who will be recognized from the middle school, I look at our attributes of a learner things, and I think about the creativity of our students and their ability to think critically. And really that's a theme with the students that are going to be recognized from the middle school today. And the first group that we're going to recognize, I'm not sure how much we'll have in attendance because they are actually competing at the state level for Power of the Pen. But if any of the Power of the Pen participants are here, I do invite you up at this time. The students are Aubrey Pittman, Samantha Haller, Lucy Galvin, Rachel Morrow, Hannah Story, and Celia Rubenstein. If you are here, I invite you to come up. Okay, now their absence again is not a bad thing because many of them are competing at the state level. I want to share just a little bit about what they've been doing throughout the school year with the Power of the Pen. As it sounds, it is a writing group. It's coached by Emily Jenke and Raina Monks, two of our ELA teachers. The following three students were state qualifiers. Rachel Morrow, who's an 8th grader, she's written 2 pieces, one called The Bittersweet Lunches, which won Best Round. Also, The Songbird Takes Flight. Both of those are in the running for the Platinum Pen Award, which is a huge accomplishment. Other 2 students that are at the state tournament are Hannah Story, she's a 7th grader, and Celia Rubenstein. Other students who have placed at our district competition include Aubrey Pittman and Samantha Haller, along with Lucy Galvin. Overall, the 7th grade team placed 3rd at the regionals and 2nd overall at districts. 8th grade team placed 4th overall at districts, and the 7th and 8th grade team combined to place 3rd overall. So we congratulate them and recognize them and wish them luck at the state competition. So it's our Power of the Pen. The second group that we're going to recognize are from our 6th grade design lab, and that is run by Tyler Steins. If Mr. Steins could come forward, Mr. Steins will introduce those students to you and tell you all about their accolades. Mr. Steins, come on up. And Ben Pagliaro, Sarah Thomas, Evan Keene, Emerson Metz, Dorothy Hilliard, Loretta Adam, Janina Howell, and Liv Hyland. If you're here, come on up. You guys can kind of line up. I'll turn it over to Mr. Steins.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Steins and I teach 6th grade Cowboy Bell here at the middle school. I'm excited to share some information about a program my students participated in this year called Sunlight. Each year, the program centers around a theme that guides lessons in fundamental architectural skills. This year's theme was Sanctuary. It called for students to address the question of how can we come together to create a better world and discover a sense of sanctuary for ourselves and others. Each class was paired with a volunteer, either an architect or engineer by trade, that helped to guide the students through the design process. These volunteers provided real-world context and expertise, enriching the students' experience. As the culminating event of the project, students created a scale model of their space and displayed their work at the Design Lab Showcase alongside the best projects from over 2,200 students across the city. The students who are about to speak took part in the program and would like to share their experience by either telling you something they learned or something they enjoyed while participating in the program. Kids, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell one thing that you either liked or one thing that you learned about the project.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Paglia, and one thing I learned was how to make models of the scale.
My name is Wendy Hilliard, and one thing I learned was how to listen better to my group so we could come up with good ideas. Hi, I'm Loretta Adam, and one thing I enjoyed was building the project. My name is Emerson Betts, and one thing I liked is building with my friends. My name is Wes Adam, and I like building with my friends. My name is Sam Thomas, and I like working with my group.
Thank you guys, congratulations, thank you Mr. Steins. Next I would like to call Nick Allen up from Model UN. Mr. Allen. Nolan Berner, Camden Fisk, Whitney Jones, Ellie Juddy, Lubani, McCarty, Rory Bauer, Maggie Snyder, Genevieve Smith, Autumn Creighton, and Lisa Lutton. If you are here, come on up. Turn it over to Mr. Allen now.
Just a moment to have each of the students introduce themselves and tell us one thing that they found to be meaningful up there, or during the preparation for Model UN, or just something that really enjoyed about their experience. So Model UN is an opportunity for students to explore global issues. They do so in the context of representing a nation from the real United Nations, so they spend a lot of time doing research about the country that they're representing. They learn about the culture, they learn about contemporary issues. Ultimately, they work together to write a resolution that represents what they would feel as a good solution or a good way to address a problem that that country is facing, and most likely a problem that countries around them in the region or even in the entire world are facing together. So the whole point is to model what would happen at a Model UN or a United Nations Global Summit. So the students spend months preparing. A lot of what they learn is how to get along in a team, which is the entire purpose of the United Nations. So we have meetings after school. I have to say this year is probably the best year we've ever had in terms of students really working together well. It was very easy for me to facilitate the experience from meeting on a bi-weekly basis, to planning everything, to going to Columbus. While we were there, it was seamless. They were truly outstanding in representing themselves as students, representing the school, representing their nations. They did that in the work they did preparing for Columbus. While they were in Columbus, they debated the resolutions, they gave speeches to defend them. I honestly couldn't be more proud of a group of students, and I'm really happy to have some of our finer students here to give you a little bit of an idea of what they did up there, or maybe your favorite part of your experience. So without any further ado, I'll pass the microphone.
My name is Cameron Fisk, and I enjoy reading other people's resolutions and programs.
My name is Nolan Berner, and I enjoyed working and sometimes arguing with my group.
My name is Vicky Jones, and I enjoy learning how to change the world. My name is Effie Judith, and I enjoy learning about a problem in my country. My name is Lisa Lutton, and I learned how to cooperate with my group. My name is Autumn Creighton, and I really learned how to think on the spot. It's really valid and learned how to keep it short, precise, and interesting.
next group is a hybrid group of both middle school and high school. And I don't think you can argue against the critical thinking skills that are used for chess. Don Giesecker, our chess advisor and coach. Don, come on up.
Thank you very much. Jesse, come on up. The public high school, middle school, and high school is part of one chess team. We play in the greater Cincinnati Scholastic Chess League. I was hoping to have some middle school students here. It doesn't appear that they were able to come tonight. These guys have had an absolutely sensational year. One of the reasons is that we have had 3 assistant coaches helping with their coaching. They play on a regular basis. Those coaches are Jamie Tubbs. He's a science teacher here at the middle school. Mr. Jeff Wise and Mr. Charles Margold. The middle school students that I was going to mention, and still will, are Ben Chang, Zach Rudy, and Jack Robbins. I worked those guys into our lineup as much as I could during the season. They came through whenever I asked them to play, and they went a collective 11-2 for our team. So let's be very proud of our middle school students. The students that are before you are high school students who were all of our top players. We took on the toughest opponents from the high schools. We played first in our own division. There are 2 divisions in our chess league. These guys won all their matches in the division. Then came our league tournament. These guys won the league tournament. Then as a result of what we had done during our divisional win, we then went into the playoffs. In the playoffs, our first match was against St. Xavier. We beat them for the 4th year in a row. Then we played Walden Hills for the championship. Walden Hills had a rating advantage against us. All these guys have United States Chess Federation ratings. Walden Hills was a higher rated team than we were. But these guys played brilliantly. And they ended up beating Walden Hills 4-1. I want to particularly cite the accomplishment of Mr. Timothy Thurman here. Timothy's been with me for 8 years in the chess club. He's been getting better and better every year. This year, he was playing especially well as we entered the playoffs. So I put him at board 1 in the championship match. He had to face a player rated several hundred points above him. He won. I'm going to let them introduce themselves now. Thank you very much.
I'm Owen XU, and I'm in the 11th grade.
I'm Timothy Thorman, and I'm a senior.
Sebastian Collier, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Austin Lynn, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Ashton McGee, and I'm a junior.
Thank you, Don, and congratulations, guys. At this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to the high school, to Mr. Weber.
Thank you, Dr. Motion. Congratulations to all the students and families on a terrific school year. The Wyoming Cowboys have had many individual and team successes throughout the school year. I'd like to thank the Board of Education, school administration, our community for supporting our coaches, student athletes, and programs. Tonight we want to highlight a few of those programs for their recent success at the high school level. We do know that we have many teams competing right now in spring competition, so many great achievements are taking place as we speak. First team I'd like to introduce in just the second year being a varsity sport, our boys volleyball team. If you guys could please come up. The Wyoming Cowboys boys varsity volleyball team in just their second season as a varsity sport and first in the CHL as a recognized sport this year with 5 teams. The Cowboys went undefeated in league play, and so they are the first CHL champion from our league in boys volleyball in just the second year, going undefeated, winning the league and finishing, getting knocked out third round of the regional tournament. So congratulations to each of you. I also want to congratulate our head coach, Alex Quaidens. He was selected as Coach of the Year by the CHL coaches, so congratulations to him. And now I will introduce you to assistant coach, Luke Hinkey, to talk about the team and players.
Thank you all. Pretty quick, but it was a pretty amazing experience getting to come in and work with these guys. I remember, thinking back, if this was a team that was around when I went to high school here, I would love to have this opportunity. And being able to come to practice each day and kind of see the honest approach to getting better, just everyone being so interested in working hard, learning the sport when a lot of the guys hadn't played it before this season, and being able to so quickly turn that into an undefeated conference season, a big comeback reverse sweep against the rivals Indian Hill. I mean, the second round of the tournament, we played Turpin, played them at the beginning of the season, got swept, not even close, and then we totally turned it around and beat them in the tournament. So there's a lot of amazing moments just to be able to see these guys develop and learn so much. And yeah, I'll just hand it down if you guys want to go through, introduce yourselves, say favorite moment of the season or something.
My name is Taylor, and my favorite memory was being in Indian Hill.
My name is Zeb, and my favorite memory is also Indian Hill.
My name is Tristan, and I enjoyed beating Turkey in the playoffs.
My name is Calvin, and my favorite moment of the season has probably been getting to know all the new guys and helping this team grow.
I'm Jackson. I'm a junior. I also would probably have to say beating Indiana.
I'm Nate. My favorite part of the season was just the general feel of the relationship that the team has and improving a lot on the season.
My name is Max, and my favorite memory is also beating Hill.
My name is Johnson, and also
my name is Cole. Probably the team dinners. Not everyone that is on the team is able to make it tonight, but you will not find a better group of guys or a better group of coaches. They truly did an amazing job.
Congratulations again to the boys volleyball team, and thank you parents for all your support this spring season. If you didn't catch them out this year, please come out next year. A lot of fun in the stable during spring season. Now we're going to shift gears to the bowling alley. I'd like to bring up Javin Dragston. So Mr. Javin in the senior season was named the Bowler of the Year in the CHL. He finished his career, ready for this one? It's a lot. All right. 19,918 total pins knocked down in his career, which is one of the best in school history. Javin, you want to say a few words? If you have those bowling parties youngsters keep bowling because we need some more bowlers this winter, right? So, indoor track. Do we have indoor track athletes here? Come on up here. So this year, indoor track, we had 6 student athletes qualified in the state meet at the Coaches Association. Don't bring them up. They're also having a tremendous outdoor season. Just competed in CHLs, finished 4th place. Getting ready for districts this week in New Richmond. So fellas, introduce yourself and tell them what event you run.
I'm Greg, I'm a junior and I run the 800. I'm Cade, I'm a junior and I run the 1600.
I'm Calvin, I'm a junior, I run the 4x8.
I'm Henry, I'm a junior, and I run the 2 mile.
I'm Fletcher, I'm a junior and I run the mile.
Congratulations, fellas, and good luck at districts this week. Now we got done running around the track. Now we got to jump in the pool. Can my swimmers come on up here? My swimmers. Our Wyoming swim team continue to have success in postseason tournament action. Congratulations to the boys on winning district championship. Congratulations to Ainsley Neff on finishing state runner-up in the 100-yard freestyle, and we had 12 state individual qualifiers. So I know many of them could not make it here. So you get to recognize yourself and what event you swim.
Jake Calvert, and I swim the 50 and 100 free.
Now, a little bit about our swim team. I would say in the last 3+ years that I've been here, I've seen at least 14+ individual swimmers qualify for state championships. We've had 2 district championships in recent years, so continue to have success in the pool, both the boys and the girls, outstanding student athletes and coaches in our middle school program had a good season. Excited to see them come through at the high school level. So again, congratulations to all of our swimmers here. Our last team that we'd like to recognize, it only took 97 years, but our boys basketball team, Coach Matt Roach and the varsity basketball team, if you can come up here. Wyoming Cowboys' first state championship in school history. Coach Rooks, I'll let you have the microphone.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you for the support. Those of you that came to our games, the Final Four, state championship. The one thing that I think we all take away, the one thing I took away is walking out to both those games, and just the Wyoming community was everywhere. Our students were awesome. So thank you for the support. Thanks for letting us out of school early, let our fans get there to achieve this. The one thing that these guys are so good at, I think our school has pride in being academic excellence, and these guys are all great students. A lot of them are on all the academic awards. They're all league academics. Some of them are statewide, all Ohio academic team, and they have that same approach with athletics. Really what these guys have done, really the last 4 years, but especially this year, winning the state championship. Just some of their highlights, they were 99-12 in 4 years. They were 55-1 in the league in 4 years. They were 4 straight district championship games. 3 of them we won. 3 straight regional championship games. 2 of them we won. 2 straight trips to the Final Four. Lost a heartbreaker last year. Got back there, which is hard to do. And then obviously winning the state championship and being the first team in school history to do that was something that all of us are going to remember forever. But the one thing I think that makes these guys unique is, they've really had bullseye on their back for 3 years. Winning's hard. They made it look easy, but we got everyone's best shot. We played really, really good teams around the state, and no matter who we were playing, they were ready to go. Didn't matter if it was Maysville, Glenville, Deer Park, Indian Hill, our guys were ready to go. I think that's unique. That's hard to teach. And these young men were always ready for the moment. Always ready for the moment. And what they did, obviously, it is a huge accomplishment. But a lot of work, a lot of dedication, great kids to coach. I know as a staff, we were lucky to be a part of this. So I'm gonna have everyone, this is Tim Evans. Tim Evans is one of our assistants who helped us do this. Guys, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. If you're a senior, let them know where you're going next year and give us a favorite moment, all right?
I'm Devin. I'm a senior. I'm going to Fairmont Senior Institute of Basketball. And spending time with these guys is my favorite part of this season. No one rather spend with anybody else.
My name is Cam Moppin, and my favorite moment was probably beating Maysville at Wright State.
My name is Graham Spencer. I'm a sophomore. I also say being Maysville at Wright State.
My name is Darren Gray. I'm a senior. I'm going to Capital University next year for basketball. My favorite moment of the season is hugging my parents at every game.
My name is Nate Simonson. I'd say my favorite memory is winning the state title.
I'm Carl Billingsley. I'm a senior. I'm going to Ashland University. And my favorite moment is probably winning state.
I'm Kevin Wiley. I'm a senior. I'm also going to Ashland University. And my favorite memory is probably all the bus rides in last year.
My name is Ethan Nordstrom. I'm a junior. My favorite memory was probably all the jokes cracked in the locker.
My name is Reed Warhol. I'm a junior, and I make all of the best jokes on the team.
My name is Nick Wilhelm. I'm a senior. I'm going to Miami next year, and my favorite memory is celebrating with the student section after winning state.
Congratulations, Coach Brooks, for the basketball team. Tremendous season. Thank you for everyone for supporting them. Thank you for supporting the athletics throughout this school year. We've had tremendous success both in the fall, winter, and spring. So thank you. Great job, guys. This time, I'm going to introduce Mr. Voinovich, our high school principal.
Wow, what a group, what a group. We see a lot of great individual and team accomplishments here tonight. It's just a testament to, a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of community, people coming together. The students up here, that doesn't just happen overnight. It happens over a period of time. It happens with a lot of work. A lot of invisible, a lot of it invisible, where they're just getting in the gym, working on experiments, doing things, putting together presentations, but ultimately it all ends with success, and this is just a fraction of the great student body that we have in each level throughout our school district and our community. So congratulations to everyone who has come before us, and congratulations to a few of the high school students and groups that we'll go ahead and recognize right now. Dr. Boshin already kicked it off a little bit with the power of the pen, and one of our groups that we want to recognize tonight is also not in attendance. It's the high school version of Power of the Pen. It's our Just Right competition. They are also competing right now at the state level. So one of their faculty advisors, Ms. White, and Ms. Briggs, Danica White and Denise Briggs, they sent just a little bit to introduce a little bit about their team. They're thrilled to share that 8 of the high school Just Right team members qualified for the state tournament, which is at Bluffton University. They're returning. Right now they're returning. They're on their way back, and they've worked diligently since August, perfecting their impromptu writing in a multitude of genres, including realistic fiction, historical fiction, narrative nonfiction, gothic horror, mystery, fantasy, science fiction, and poetry. The team consists of Alana Berman, Ellen Fernandez, Rosie Galvin, Ellie K. Kaiser, M. Luelis Lang, Lucia Sharton, Anna Schneider, and Lorelei Wise. They're coached by Janika White and Denise Griggs. I did get a text message that Ella Fernandez finished 9th in the entire state of Ohio. Congratulations to our Just Right team. We have a few students who we will call up now, who I'll call up, Allison Bessie, Nora Studendorf, and Charlie Brennan. Are you here this evening? Charlie did. So this is Ms. Sanders, Ariana Sanders is unable to be with us tonight. There are a couple of groups of people that she's going to represent and honor this evening. This group of young ladies is one of them who, these three students, for their year-long commitment to the Hamilton County Commission of Women and Girls. Being selected for the commission involves an application and an interview that took place last summer. Senior Allison Bessie, junior Nora Studendorf, and sophomore Charlie Brennan joined the leaders around Cincinnati, led Commissioner Denise Driehaus, in this work. The work of the commission can be described as follows. The commission shall make recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners and local government jurisdictions to eliminate any distinction, exclusion, or restriction made on the basis of sex. The commission shall facilitate partnerships between government, nonprofit, and business, which will support the mission of the Commission on Women and Girls. The commission shall promote and encourage women to seek leadership positions in society and help girls to develop leadership skills. The commission shall develop public information and/or education campaigns to support the mission of the Commission on Women and Girls. Through subcommittee work, students were able to engage in valuable professional experiences. Charlie recently gave a speech at the Equal Pay signing day on March 31st. Allison served on the Health and Self-Identity Committee, and Nora served in the Safety and Justice team. I would like to mention that there are 12 students from 9 different schools. We have 3 of the 12 from one school, so pretty cool. Congratulations on being selected for this important role in working to make our city a better place for all. If you would like to introduce yourself, maybe share one of your favorite moments of serving in this country.
Hello, my name is Nora Studendorf, and one of my favorite moments, even though I really enjoyed presenting our idea of teaching younger girls green flags and red flags to help prevent domestic violence, I would have to say the daily meetings once a month where we met, and I got to just hang out with amazing girls and women who just had so many inspiring ideas of how to better our county. And I would encourage any high school girl who's interested from either preventing purity, poverty, closing the pay gap, or focusing on domestic violence issues to really apply.
Hi, I'm Allison Bass, and I'm a senior. I have to say my favorite part of serving on the commission was getting to actually make changes to the women living around us. It's really empowering to go out there and do something and make a difference for the people we're with.
My name is Charlie Brennan. My favorite memory was being able to speak at the Pay Equity Movement Signing Day, and I also got put on TV for it, which was really cool. But the coolest part of it was being able to meet with a lot of business leaders around Cincinnati and the Hamilton County area, and seeing that they're committed so closely with the pay gap.
One of our next groups, I would like to invite Mr. Monahan up to the front as advisor of our Science Olympiad and any of our Science Olympiad state qualifiers, if you would like to come up as well.
So if you competed in the state competition, come on up. Middle school as well. If there's any of the middle school science Olympians that want to come up here. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kyle Monahan, one of the high school science teachers and one of the high school science Olympiad coaches. This is my third year coaching this amazing group of students. And each year for the past 2 years, we've come very close to qualifying for state. Missing it by just a couple points, and to put that in to kind of reference, this is out of hundreds of points. And so last year we missed by 6 points, and that was devastating for our team. This year we had a little bit of a rocky start. 2 of our main invitationals were canceled due to weather, and that's kind of our best way to practice and prepare for regionals. And so, unlike most of the teams we competed against at Xavier University, the regionals tournament was our very first time competing in person. And so we felt kind of at a little bit of a disadvantage there, but our team worked very hard, and they worked very well together. They didn't give up, and we ended up placing 4th, beating teams like St. X and Indian Hill, actually knocking Indian Hill out of the run for the state competition. And we were able to take both the middle school and high school teams to the state competition for the first time in a very long time. And so there were 20 students from the high school alone that went up. We have 4 of them here: Clara Streets, Irene Mariniuk, Mariah Shawole, and Allison Straightmather. And if they'd like to go ahead and introduce themselves and maybe just say a little bit of maybe what their favorite event was in Science Olympiad.
My name is Clara Streets, and I'm a freshman, and my favorite event is Guided to It.
I'm Irene Mariniuk. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite event is probably Code Busters. And to make it clear, it's like where you get to solve codes and stuff, and it was my first year doing it, and I had a lot of fun. I remember where I'm from, where I went to the water party.
My name's Allison Straightmather. I'm a freshman. My favorite event was Serenity.
Mr. Monahan also opened up a time capsule from 1990 from earthquake research. Found letters from every high school student. So, pretty remarkable. If you get a chance, I don't know if you did, I'm sure about that. Yeah, it was a surprise this year. In cleaning out one of the science storage rooms, one of the other science teachers, Ian Kindler, discovered a PVC pipe that had a time capsule written on it. And we started to kind of do some research to try to find out where this came from. And none of the teachers at the school remember anything about this. And you could just barely make out on the side that it said Earth Day 1990 to 2010. And so it is 16 years past due. We opened it up just last week and found they had letters from every single student that was present at the school in 1990. So anyone from the 90, 91, 92, and 93 graduating class had letters in there. So if you know anybody, that's kind of, I think, our next step is we're going to try to find some of those individuals and get that back to them. There was also an article from the the Cincinnati Enquirer talking about the 9-0 start to the Reds season that ended up being one of their World Series seasons. So some very interesting things in there. But again, if you know anyone who graduated between 90 and 93, we are looking for them to give them back some of their letters. Awesome. Just relevant to the long-standing history of science in Wyoming High School. So thank you for that. Do we have any of our DECA students? Mr. Shafter, I know, is unable to make it due to a commitment with his own child tonight for graduation. Do we have any of our students who are participating or have participated in DECA? Do you come up? So if you're unfamiliar with DECA, it's a program we offer in our school building. It's through the Oaks, facilitated through the Oaks. Dennis Schaffer is the teacher, and it is something that has just grown and grown over the more recent years, where our students are getting more and more involved in competing at higher and higher levels, also competing at state levels, competing at national and international levels, and it just, I know that there was a great amount of success. We also have a student who ran a campaign to be on the leadership committee for DECA nationwide and was voted by the delegates at the recent international convention in Atlanta. So it's a great program. If you'd like to introduce yourself and share maybe one of your favorite memories or things about DECA.
My name is London Waller. I'm senior, and I think my favorite memories about DECA is the debriefs that we would have after the events or tests back in hotels.
My name is Owen XU, and I really enjoyed the bus rides back and to Atlanta.
My name is Charlie Brennan, and my favorite memory from DECA was being able to work with my partner, London Fisk, and getting top 20 international.
I'm strategizing on those bus rides. All right, Mr. Potts. Mr. Potts, could please come to the front, and any of our members of the high school chorale.
Hi, good evening. I'm Brian Potts, the director of choirs here in Wyoming, grades 7 through 12. And these are some of our members of chorale. We have 30 singers this year in chorale, 15 of whom are seniors. And we qualified at the district level of adjudication this year with a superior rating, which qualified us for state. And so we took another weekend and we traveled to sing for state and had a great experience together. We received a superior rating, which is the highest you can get from each judge. And what that looks like in the choir side is we sing for 3 judges on stage, and we scored against a rubric, and we got a superior rating by them. And then the dreaded sight singing room, where we go off stage and we have to sing a new piece of music, where I can't help at all, and these singers have to read a brand new piece of music in 4 minutes time. And they did. We got a superior rating on that as well. So been a fantastic group, especially those seniors, some of whom have been around since 5th grade when I was their 5th grade teacher. So it's a lot of memories together and a great way to end the season. I'm going to go down the line and let you say your name and what grade you're in.
I'm William Muller, and I'm a senior.
My name is Evelyn Wackler, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Ace Fisher, and I'm also a sophomore.
I'm Elijah Cross, and I'm a senior.
I'm Ben Dietrich, I'm a senior.
I'm Manny Johnson, and I'm a senior.
I'm Alex Weir, and I'm a senior.
I'm Azalea Beats, and I'm also a senior.
I'm Freddie Crockett, and I'm a sophomore.
Thank you. Congratulations. Way to go. One of our next groups of students that we will be honoring is, we have the privilege of honoring 26 of our students across grades 9, 10, and 11 who have been very committed to community service in the last calendar year. To be recognized tonight, students have worked to meet competitive service hour standards for grades 9 and 10. Students must do a minimum of 50 hours. For grades 11 and 12, students must do a minimum of 100 hours. The awards are given in 3 different levels: for bronze, silver, and gold. and I'll have some certificates that if you don't pick it up tonight, happy to swing by the office and make sure that you get that tomorrow. Our first group are our bronze level students. If you could just come on up when your name is called. Hey, you know what? You're ready. You're ready. I love it. Love it. All right, our first group is our bronze level students of service. Ray Gillette, Rose Williams, Claire Holdren, Ella Slyman, Alice Carter, Sakani Nakata, Nora Cameron, Clara Barr, Tamiko Lynn. You know what? Zoe up here, Zoe Lippert, Lola Ruby, Ann Jolly, Samira Canyon, Jael Rose, and Emma Gazal. Stay here, up here, hang out. We got to work on this quickly while the lights are on. Our silver level, Lucia Shartum. Lucia in the audience.
She's a bright to do it.
There you go. That's great. Thank you, Irene. All right, gold level, Ellie King Kaiser, Fiona Edelman, Alex Setters, Ace Fisher, Irene Maranyuk, London Fisk, Rita Mucha, Charlie Brennan, NJ Story, and Lucy Bowles. Is that back on, Lucy Bowles? Come on up. Here we go. All right, now we got to make sure that we don't trip on this, because eventually what's going to happen is we'll get to each of you really quickly here. All right, so look, here's the thing. We talk about the visible and the invisible work sometimes. We talk about the efforts. Sometimes you see things on a court, or you see things on a field, or you see things in meetings or presentations, or there's things that are televised. But there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that maybe none of us, unless some people up here did it together, that none of us see. And you don't do it for the glory, you don't do it for the recognition. None of these people up here are doing this for the recognition. They're doing it for our community. They're doing the work behind the scenes, putting in the hard effort to commit to making our community and surrounding communities a better place for not only our community, but for the world. You're setting a tremendous example for all of our students and everybody who looks up to you and sees you doing this work, because you never know the extent of your impact. The exponential growth of your impact is immeasurable, because there might be someone who joins you, a younger student or child who joins you on that day and looks up and says, there's a high school student who could be doing a number of other things, could be at practices, could be out, could be working, could be making money, but instead gives up their time to help others. And that is remarkable, and that is part of the backbone that makes our community such a special place, because of young people like you who give of your time and give to help others and make this world a better place. So, cannot thank you enough. And if you would like to just introduce yourself, your grade level, and maybe one of the things either that was the most impactful for you as your service, or something that you learned in your service. What brings you joy?
Hi, my name is Lucy Bowles. I'm a sophomore, and I learned about a lot of people's experiences during my time volunteering.
Hi, I'm Rita Mucha. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite thing was night fight.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Irene Merrick. I'm a sophomore, and during my time volunteering, I got to meet a lot of people, and I think in learning about their lives, and this has been really interesting.
I'm Ace Fisher. I'm also a sophomore, and I got most of my hours at YMCA Camp Kerner.
Hi, I'm Alex Setters. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite volunteering experience was at the Navajo Reservation last summer.
My name is Brody Williams. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite part was working for the SBCA.
I'm Tikani Nakata, and I really enjoyed coaching middle schoolers for Wyoming program. I'm Laura Cameron, and my favorite thing that I've done with volunteering is going to Night for the Fight and raising money to knock out childhood cancer.
Hi, my name is Claire Holmgren. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite thing was the Navajo Reservation in Arizona.
My name is Alice Carnes. I'm a sophomore. My favorite thing was bodyboard camp. My name is Jael Rowe. I am a junior, and my favorite thing I probably did volunteering was doing the health expo and helping 92 people test for type 1 diabetes.
Hello, I'm Lola Ruthie, and I'm a junior. My favorite volunteering experience was actually the Wyoming Art Show, which happened yesterday.
Hi, I'm Ann Jolly, and I think I've just learned about how much work really goes into creating a community and planning all the fun activities. So.
Hi, I'm Emma Gazal. I'm a junior, and my favorite volunteer opportunity that I got to participate in was coaching the kids at the Wyoming Swim Club for the Swordfish. My name is Charlie Brennan. I'm a sophomore, and the most important thing I learned when volunteering is how much of an impact that any kind of money, any kind of time can go into. I volunteered mostly at the Wyoming School Foundation, so obviously I see that in my community, but any kind of help can always go a long way.
Thank you all so much for your connections to humanity. Thank you very much. Great job.
Next thing on our list are committee reports, belonging and inclusion. You've met recently?
Yes, we did. Yes. At our most recent meeting, it was our last meeting for the year. And we really focused in on learning about different strategies to support when there are events such as what occurred at our high school around harm that impact belonging and inclusion. And so we really spent a lot of time reflecting on the importance of not missing the moment and using that to help us to grow. So there were just some really powerful strategies that we kind of worked through, knowing that we had a real scenario to kind of work it through. But we spent time reflecting and gathering feedback to build upon so that we can begin to prepare for next year. So it was a well-attended meeting and a great meeting.
Okay. How many openings are you going to have for next year for the bid?
Well, I think we still need to take a look now to see who's come off and who's been on.
Got it. Okay. All right. CAC, of course, we've read their studies. We'll talk about that as part of our process of what we might want to do next with the studies and what new studies we want to do next year. But in the meantime, if you know someone who'd like to be a wonderful addition to the CAC, remind them that this would be the time to send in their application, which can easily be found on the website, right?
Yep.
Just under board.
It's actually in the news section. So
Okay,
under
good.
news, and then, but then it would also be.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, district leadership team. We met. We talked about goals for next year. You want to talk, because the evaluation system is the other thing you talked about, which is not something I know about.
We did. Go ahead. Okay. We spent time reflecting. So this year we transitioned to fully using the Ohio evaluation system. which is all online. And so really shifting from using the paper form of the evaluation system to the Ohio evaluation system online. And so we wanted to gather some feedback on how that went this year. And it sounds like and it felt like it went very smoothly. For those that are on like a full evaluation cycle or on a short evaluation cycle, everything was entered into the system. And so we look forward to it. It was a lot more efficient. We also use that time during our district leadership team to see if there were any kind of patterns and trends around some of the professional growth goals that were set that might help to drive some professional development needs within the building or within the district. So it's been a smooth transition, and so we look forward to working out any kinks and bumps as we look ahead to next school year.
Good, thank you. Facilities?
Yeah. An update, really, the update that I have is just on what's happening with each one of our primary schools with regard to construction. At Hilltop, if you've driven past Hilltop, you see that there's a lot more action. So the foundation is being established right now. Very excited about that. Another piece of work that's happening connected to Hilltop is the ongoing work that's happening with our architect, the construction team in the city with regard to the retaining wall. That's on the water reservoir. The planning on how to construct that to make sure that everything is taken care of as construction continues with Hilltop. And recently, we began construction meetings with HGC. So these are meetings now. We've been meeting with our core team on design discussions. Now we're meeting with the construction crew every other week, having focused construction conversations. So that first meeting happened this past week. Again, very, very exciting. And progress is moving along at Hilltop. Right. Elm, we have, this is an important week. Elm, we've got on May 20th, this Wednesday, we have a building retirement celebration, 4:30 at Elm. Any other highlights to share?
4:36 swing by
4:36.
and just open house
Awesome.
and take some pictures to celebrate the school that served us so well for so long.
Yeah, that's exciting. Vermont, also on May 20th, this Wednesday, we've got the third design workshop coming up. That is at 6:30. So everyone can go to Elm, celebrate Elm, and then head on over to Vermont for the third and final design workshop. And so connected to that conversation, we've done some important work over the last month or so. April 22nd, we did have a district team along with members from our architect team and the construction team who met out at Vermont, specifically met with people who live along the property lines where the residences border Vermont Primary School. And so we walked through the construction plan, and then we actually met with each one of the residents that lives along that line to walk the property and talk about the plan for the site. And how that would impact each one of those properties. Great feedback from those individuals. And so based on those conversations, the plan as we move forward right now is to, along that property line, is to install a wooden privacy fence near that shared property line, generally about 1 foot back onto the district property, knowing that there are going to be some adjustments made where there are mature trees that are not going to leave, or where there's a garage on the property. Or we need to make sure that there's ample space to go back for the property owner to go back on their property to get to their garage site. So there's going to be some adjustments made for individuals.
But
Where needed.
every property owner knows what's happening.
We walk through that plan,
Okay.
and actually it'll be the design workshop where we share as we move forward. Yes.
General alignment with sort of the by-person plan for how that'll all get worked out?
I'm sorry?
I thought there was some questions, so people had some
But each
interchange
property,
about the
each
property
property
line
is unique.
Right.
Right, and so really, that was the important reason to actually walk the property, because when you see the trees that are there, and you see whatever vegetation is there, and the garage, right, the few homes that had the garage that was right up along the fence, or right where the fence would be, realistically, we know we had to make some adjustments there. Very helpful, but it's not been changed for a long time, so.
Right, we're saying we understand what adjustments we need to make. Has it already been discussed with the relative homeowners, and each of them is aligned and we're in good shape, or those discussions are still happening?
I think they have an idea of where we're going, but I think the final design workshop is where they're going to receive the most comprehensive information that will probably cover almost all of their individual situations and scenarios.
Yeah, and those discussions, it was not in a final state at that time. That was where we got the feedback that we used then within the core team to say, okay, well, how do we utilize this feedback and make the best plan moving forward? That workshop will be when that's delivered. Thank you. And for facilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finance? Finance, I'm happy to do the report unless some of my other colleagues want to hop in.
No, please.
Okay, thank you. We met on May 4th, and we, as we always do, reviewed the salary and benefit analytic up through the May 5th payroll. We are approaching fiscal year end and already talking about May payroll dates. We also took a detailed look. We've added to the rhythm of our work to take a look at primary facilities financial update. As Tim mentioned, things are certainly picking up, and so that means that they're also picking up on the finance side. So we're continuing to review that information at each of our meetings. We also looked at the income tax updates. We received our final income tax payment for the fiscal year, and we had another really incredible year in terms of income tax collection. Our income tax payments this year were up really an unprecedented 14%, which is about a 20-year high compared to last year. Last year, fiscal year 25 was a 5.6% increase, and we were pretty happy with that. And so the 14% is just really unprecedented. So just a reminder that we have 3% in our 5-year forecast, because that's our average. And while we get really excited about a 14%, we know that just even in recent history, so just 3 years ago, we had a 1.5% decline. So again, we're really excited to have a healthy collection, and that certainly impacts our 5-year forecast in a positive way. So we took a look at that information. We also took a look at the final property tax collection. This time of the year, we have received our final property tax. We call it the settlement that comes from the county auditor's office. And so we've received that. We took a look at how that fared compared to our estimates. And we did see that delinquent collection was down a little bit. And so delinquents themselves were up a little bit, but sometimes that's a timing, and they may settle out in the fall. Is it because I worry with the economy bouncing around the way it is, is that a signal to Wyoming?
Well, it certainly is interesting compared to when you look at our income tax collection. So those two data points are almost conflicting with each other.
Well, yes,
but so, and something that we talk about quite a bit is how the different pieces, so we'll keep an eye on it. You probably remember from your finance committee days that the delinquents do bounce around a bit. So we see them go up and down, and they seem to level out over the course of the years. So it wasn't a material adjustment, but it was a contributing factor to why we were off the estimate a bit. And then we finished our review with finished our meeting with a review. We're continuing to monitor. There's a group of folks who are collecting signatures across the state to put a ballot initiative on the November ballot to completely abolish property taxes. You might remember that's our most material revenue source. So we're keeping an eye on that, because it would be impactful to us to lose all of our property tax revenue. It would be impactful to public education as a whole. So we're keeping an eye on that. The group had released some information about their progress towards their signatures. So that date that those are due on July 1st. So again, not just Wyoming City Schools, but the whole education community is carefully watching that, and whether or not that initiative will be on the November ballot. So we had a little discussion review about their status update as well. So our work is done for the fiscal year. So we will just review information kind of via email over the summer, and then regroup when school starts in the fall.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the Board of Education report, and we've had our 30-day read, so,
We didn't say policy review committee, we didn't meet though.
no.
But
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's on the agenda, just.
Okay, sorry, yes, the Policy Review Committee, I have no
Make sure we
report, so
mention
I had
it.
already marked it
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
as a goner, okay. We need to vote tonight about adopting the K-12 science textbooks. And so, I need to have a motion to approve the Board of Education report.
Move we approve the Board of Education report.
I second that motion.
Right, may I have a roll call?
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Farah?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller?
Yes.
Mr. Blarsky?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Treasurer's report.
Thanks, Jeannie. Item A for approval of the minutes from the April 20th regular meeting and the May 5th planning meeting. Item B, approve the statement of revenues and expenditures for month ending April 30th. Item C, accept with appreciation the list of donations there before you. Item D are appropriation adjustments. I mentioned in the information on Friday that this is the time of year where you see more material appropriation adjustments as we are continuing to work towards fiscal year end. But those are actually very routine. Everything that was included in the appropriation adjustments is all just part of rhythm of our regular May, June work. Item E is also a part of our annual May recommendation, the resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission. If you remember, we started this process for collecting tax revenue for next fiscal year. We start that in January with the board's approval of the tax budget. We submit the tax budget to the Hamilton County Budget Commission. They review that information. They hold a public hearing. They've gone through that work, and then they set the tax rates for the following fiscal year. There's been a lot of law changes that could have impacted the collection of the adjustment of our tax rates and the collection of our revenue. None of those legislative changes impacted us this year here in Wyoming City Schools, but they may in the future. So there's no change to our tax rates. All of our voted tax levies will continue to be collected as they have been projected on the forecast. So this is just a matter of formal process and a compliance piece. The board would approve this, and I would send it back to the Hamilton County Auditor and the Budget Commission. Items F and G are two high school facility pieces. One is agreement with Prodigy Solutions through the Ohio Purchasing Council. That is a state term council. With this, they work through the process of they go out and get the bids and then certify the providers so that school districts, when they need these services, can work through the Purchasing Council. The high school locker, I keep saying renovation, but it's really replacement. We're not renovating the locker room. We're really just replacing the lockers. They've been undersized for some time and we need more of them. And so this is both men's and women's locker rooms. And so that's being paid for from the athletic permanent improvement funds. And then item G is a roof replacement, sections of the roof that unfortunately is right over the locker room area. So it's going to be a very busy season and the high school around the gym and the locker room area. We have lockers, we have roof, and we also have HVAC. So all of that, they're going to have new lockers, they're going to have heating and air that work great, and their roof's not going to leak. So it's going to be great.
Hopefully with that, it's both Prodigy Building Solutions, they're able to remember to replace the roof first before the locker.
Yeah.
Before they.
I might have mentioned the locker rooms have a long lead time. Lockers do, and so those are going to be cutting it close. But we, assuming this is approved tonight, the plan should be that the lockers are available by 2 days. But keep your fingers crossed. So the roof group and the HVAC group are also coordinating on the schedule. Both of those have been, the HVAC and the roof we've been working towards on the PI plan for a number of years. So happy to cross those much needed facility plans at the high school off the list.
Right.
Item H is approval of the report, please.
All right, may I have a motion to approve that report?
So moved.
I'll second. May I have a roll call?
Mr. Farah?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller?
Yes.
Mr. Blarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. And now we have the superintendent's report.
Several personnel items. Number one
Yes.
is for resignations that have been submitted. Number two is recommendation to approve these new staff members. Excited about these three individuals. First one is maintenance technician Jesse Elliott. Second one is a high school math teacher, Michelle McDonald, and then a primary Spanish teacher, Laura Smith. Number 3 is a recommendation to approve this unpaid FMLA leave. And number 4 is for an athletic supplemental contract. See, that's for the weightlifting summer head coach. Number 5 is a recommendation for this non-athletic flex supplemental contract. And again, a flex supplemental is something that can come up during the year. It's a need that's identified at some point during the year. Each building has up to 3% that they can use for flex supplementals. And so this was an additional need that was utilized at the middle school this year. Number 6 is a recommendation to approve the summer reading intervention support. There are 2 years because that will shift over after June 30th, the new fiscal year. Number 7 is a recommendation to approve the summer library aid and media specialist work. This is for end of the year routine kinds of work, but also some professional learning that could occur during this time.
What is the, there was something in your notes about moving the books to moving part of the library to an extension?
Well, I think that's referring to the Presbyterian Church of, right, the Presbyterian of Wyoming. So Elm shifting over to the church.
Oh.
So that transition, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
I thought, did we build a second library somewhere?
I'm really excited about that.
No.
No. And I saw Rhonda look at me, no, we didn't.
I knew we didn't.
Right. Because it was not gonna happen. All right, number 8 is a recommendation to approve the summer CPI trainer, the 2 trainers that you see listed on the agenda. Number 9 is a recommendation to approve this screening placement, these assessments and tours that are happening at the middle school. This is new, and this is a way to just help support families that are new to grades 5 through 8. And so that's a tour of the building, that's a meeting to help people get acclimated, and then also some screening assessments just to make sure that they're placed appropriately in classrooms where they can be successful. Number 10 is recommendation to approve summer reading camp. More information will be coming about summer reading camp. That's just to clear the space for that to happen, as you can see in July. And then several items in addition to those. B is for the Hamilton County Educational Service Center annual order. This happens every year, and this is connected to many special supports for students, often students with special needs. C is a school care contract. This is it's a database, I would say, where that's connected to the work of our district nurse, collecting information about student health plans, medications, so that all of that is organized in a way that helps our nurse to make sure that she is monitoring the student's wellness, and there is no charge for that service. Regina, I don't know if there's anything else you would add to that.
No, just that it's gonna be quite a great upgrade and, yeah.
Right. D, E, and F, similar to the Hamilton County ESC, we have partnered with the Warren County ESC for specific services for students. You can see there are interpreter services that are happening during the school year, also as part of the extended school year over the summer, and then intervention specialist support. That's part of the extended school year services for students with that need.
I don't know if it's a value with our new members, but this is something that happens every year. We want to talk a little bit about, we depend on the county ESCs, which are Educational Service Center, is what that stands for extra help when we need it in terms of, well, a lot of things, but in this case, personnel.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not a full-time need that you have. There are smaller bits of need that students have within the district, and you're able to partner with the county to determine what level of need you have, and they're able to help with that. But looking to Warren County is also helpful, just because resources sometimes are very hard to come by, and so having a collaborative effort with them has helped us find some support for students that in previous times we've struggled to put together. Item G, overnight field trip. You heard about this tonight, the high school Just Right, writing competition. They were competing today. Again, they qualified for state recently, so that's why this is happening after the trip itself. And then H, you can see all of the various summer camps that are being organized. Most of these are step 2. That means they're at a point where it's about staffing. Step 1 is the camp itself being approved. Many of these camps are connected to or happening near the work that's going on at the high school. So we're trying to navigate all the work that's happening in the locker room, on the rooftop. And so there's a lot of planning with regard to camps. That's it.
All right. No questions, then may I have a motion to approve the superintendent's report?
Move we approve superintendent's report. I second that motion.
May I have a roll call?
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller?
Yes.
Mr. Blarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Farah?
Yes.
All right, and it wouldn't be a meeting if we weren't talking about the calendar.
We're almost there.
We know.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Yes, I'm taking just a little bit more time to review the 27-28 calendar. There are new things on this calendar. There's an adjusted start with our primary schools with the Smart Start. There are also early release days on the calendar, so I want to make sure that we allow ample time for people to view this calendar. You should see copies of it in your folder.
New for this coming school year, or new since we had last reviewed?
This is 27-28. It is the same as the last time we reviewed it.
Okay.
And so the plan is for this to be approved as a second read on the June 2nd planning meeting.
Thank you.
So that's just a couple of weeks away. Again, you'll see there are 2 copies. You might want to look at those at the same time as I share some of the details for the calendar. One of them is a K-4 calendar. One of them is a 5-12. And really, there are 2 differences on those calendars. One of the major differences is the beginning of the school year, and that's the start date. K-4 start date is different from the 5-12 start date, and that's because of that Smart Start they're implementing. And then the other difference will be conference dates. And so just a few of the details on these calendars, if you take a look at this, the start date is August 11th for students in grades 5 through 12. And it's August 13th for students in grades K through 4. Just peek at that. The end of the student calendar is on May 25th. Going into Memorial Day weekend. Winter break, additional 2 weeks, December 18th through January 2nd. Then we have several professional development days noted on the calendars. August 9th and 10th. And then August 11th and 12th for K-4 only. And then September 7th and 8th. And if you remember, we added September 7th and 8th because that is the point at which we believe we'll be able to move Elm students from the Presbyterian Church of Wyoming back into their new building. And then October 7th, January 3rd, and then at the end of the school year on May 26th. The early release dates are in pink on both calendars. And then the conferences are set up for November 1st for the primary schools and the middle school, and November 4th for the high school. Any questions? Yes.
One other difference
Yeah.
between them is just that our primary schools are on trimesters
Sure.
and our middle school and our high school are on quarters. So that was something that was not captured previously when we tried to do it all on.
Yep.
So really the change in start date and that trimester quarter thing, just there's, I think we're at a point where there's more clarity.
Yep.
Okay, any other comments? Go for
It's good to see Mayfair's locked in already.
Then, yes. Yes. And hopefully the day will turn out to be just like it was this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was perfect. So yeah, so we've gone over that a few times. We'll probably move quickly on June 2nd. Thank you. I appreciate your focus on that. It's gone through a lot of.
There's a lot of moving parts here.
Yes.
A lot of puzzle pieces to put together. All right, thank you. A discussion now on the board calendar.
Yeah.
What about us?
So I had a few notes in my update. One of them was connected to, we'll do the easier ones first. The leadership retreat. We had talked about doing a spring retreat, and a lot of exciting things happening in the district. We weren't able to do that. And we did not get back to that. So what I wanted to propose was possibly looking at July 27th. That is already a meeting date. That's the July regular meeting. So hopefully everyone's calendar works out on that date to possibly just have a whatever retreat or a work session earlier in the day, maybe from 3 to 6. Maybe do dinner between the work session and the regular meeting.
So July 27th.
Yeah, July 27th.
I'm available.
Looks okay.
Yeah. Okay. Jeannie?
I'm sure I'm fine, but I'll double check it. This July return.
Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, we'll plan for that then. The other discussion item was board planning meeting. So I think you all got your feeling now. So during our organizational, we had a discussion about changing board planning meetings to move toward Mondays. And so really, this is just a reminder that we made that plan. And so as we think about the next school year, that's going to start up in August. I thought it was October, but our first Monday meeting is in August. And then with the exception of 2 or 3, they are all on Monday morning, 7:30. I think the only ones that are not are September, November. November will be connected to the OSBA Capital Conference. And then June, which is the BLT retreat for next year. Questions on that?
Is that gonna work for people? To switch from Tuesday to Monday?
Sure. Yeah.
Does it make anybody's life easy?
That's how we.
Yes.
All right.
That's kind of how it came up.
Yeah, it's set.
So that's how we approved it at the organizational. meeting.
It'll be a little harder to wake up.
It might be. But
No.
that's
Best way to start your week, right?
Right.
Okay, that works out fine, and then,
And then the other consideration is just our regular meetings. So, actually, and I don't know historically how long our regular meetings have been at 7 o'clock. I don't know, you might.
Yeah, for a while, we had them at 7:30.
Yeah.
And we made the switch to 7. I would say probably it's had to have been within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact time we switched, but, Jeannie, I feel like you were on the board, so somewhere along that timeline.
It was in the last 10 years.
But we know that, we often have, primary students or families, treasurers. Just a consideration perhaps of thinking about maybe pivoting that time to an earlier start time. And then if we start at 6, then maybe we can get some of our families and students home earlier. Just thinking about even some of those staff members who come to do those long presentations. We've just seen a lot of them here lately, and they're wonderful. CAC, textbook, like all, when we have staff members come and present. Just feel like we start at 7 and we're going into 9:30, almost 10 some nights. That would be a consideration of starting that at 10. Might be worth a conversation. As long as felt like when we had a preliminary conversation about it, I just thought, as long as we announced it, folks might appreciate. We didn't really think anything earlier than that would be appropriate. Folks still have to get home from work and get to a meeting.
Are we discussing this now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we gotta get it right on the calendar, and Susie's gonna print the calendar soon, so that's the conversation. Yeah.
So she's giving you like 3 minutes.
The one thing I just was thinking about was people, it doesn't happen a ton, but people who are coming to make comments at the meeting or coming to be like at the front of the meeting, how it happens for them with families or other things if they're coming. But to the extent to which they plan, they're gonna come and have a comment or be there for that day and scheduled and it's visible, so it's not infeasible in theory. It's just a shift for keeping my personal celebration of being on the road at 7:30 or 8 o'clock to myself. If that were the case. But
Well, I mean, full transparency is
there's
it's a
nothing to do with it,
consideration,
right?
but, and also just, we just had some internal conversations, like, we don't feel like anybody is doing their best work in their 14th or 15th hour of the day. And oftentimes for those of us that work in the district, our teaching staff, or, it's like, this is when we're doing this work.
They'll come in later on the days, yes.
No, we don't have a late start for our students. We're not running buses later.
So that's not.
Yeah.
How does it
I'm
affect
joking back with you.
working folks?
Right,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's what
How
we're
does
curious
it
about.
affect you working folks?
How would you think about the finance meetings, which normally happen before?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we could start them at 5, or we could even look for another time. I mean, if we were trying to do that and that seemed to work for the rhythm of folks who were on the committee for a long time, but if there would need to be a different consideration, I think that's fine too.
Sure, can make it work, yeah, bring some yogis with. Yeah. Fruit snacks.
So we're gonna be needing breakfast for our planning meeting, dinner for our bread person.
Yeah. Might need it's a good thing we'll have lots of prior notice for that, so. I think it could work. I wonder if, for every family that we get them home an hour earlier to their families that's taking part in our meetings, how many we might lose because they can't get off work and get here in time. But you mentioned the prior notice, and that I think if people want to engage and they have plenty of notice, and they will, obviously, then I think we can do both.
I was trying to think about who those people are. Sometimes people who come to speak. There's usually like around the December, November time, there's more people who come to more meetings. But I was trying to think of how many people that is and how many people that would affect. Doesn't seem like it's a ton.
I mean, we didn't pull that data, but I mean, just thinking through it, it's oftentimes the people that we invite to come to the meetings that have the lengthy presentations that I had more in my head thinking about.
Yeah. And
they'd
be home an hour early. Yeah.
And our staff, and we invite our staff members to do those things, or have the recognitions.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to think about when students' activities are, whether it's athletic or music programs. I think some start at 6, some start at 7, some start after that, 7:30, 7:30, right?
I think that, yeah.
Yeah. So might be a little bit better to be able to attend 2 things on that account. But
I don't know, if you have small children that you pick up at a daycare and then you have to feed them and then you have to get here at this 6 o'clock meeting, that may be more than you're capable of doing. But right now, this board reflects that we don't have that need. So maybe at this point, I mean, the thing about these meetings, when we commit, we really need to commit for the full year. We can't keep switching things around because the law says we tell people when it's gonna be and we publish it ahead of time. So we could try it for a year and see if we get any feedback that is negative enough that we think, oh, maybe we better switch again.
what's your deadline? Yeah, I think it's next day. Tomorrow. Yesterday.
Get the draft in. We would probably need to bring it back to you for formal approval. which we would bring at the June
Well, I
second
think we would
meeting.
just revise this.
We would revise this and bring it back to you,
Yeah.
but Susie perhaps could move forward with a draft of the calendar that has 6 PM.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The dates have gone to the designer at this point, but there's a iterative process through edits. But if we want it in the printed calendar, it can go on the online calendar anytime, but if we want it in the printed calendar, which I would recommend, then it really, I think June 2nd would work.
People are gonna just get on Facebook anyway and say, what time does the board meeting start? All right, then I guess we're saying to you, go ahead and revise the calendar for June the 2nd, is that what we're saying? Everybody?
Yeah, sounds like a question almost, but I feel like yes.
Well, it
you are.
was a question, I mean, I.
She was asking.
I just need
Yeah.
to know.
Yes,
Yep, okay.
I'm aligned.
I have no preference.
I'm probably the last person to ask, I'm more freedom than the rest of you.
Yeah, I have to put my own personal
Yeah.
benefits aside, I, without hearing any vocal obstination, then yes.
Well, yeah, I'm open to change.
Give it a try. And we'll see how it goes.
Okay, do we need to vote on that?
We'll bring it back to you for a formal.
Oh, that's
Since
right.
it wasn't,
That's
we didn't put it on the agenda for the a vote tonight, we'll bring it in, yeah.
But it will end up
Fair.
being a vote for a year.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be locked in.
Yeah, we would,
All right.
we would adjust the times on the 26, 27 schedule. Okay, thank you for your discussion on
I
that.
wanna go right into your update, or was that your update?
Only thing that was gonna bring up in the update was the amazing, Mayday Day. I mean, it was phenomenal. What a great weekend. Mayday and then followed up by the art show. I mean, it was incredible. And, the feedback that I had on Mayday is that everything sold out because there were so many people there. I mean, it was crowded the entire day. It was active. So we honored the, outgoing PSA president, and she really has just done phenomenal work, really, really good work. Yeah, so it was great experience for everybody.
She did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretzel guy was pretty good too.
Yeah, the Prince guy McGinney guy.
Yeah, I agree.
The guy who's building an empire.
Of junk food. There's only one thing.
Giving our kids terrible conceit. Should we pre-warn you that the June meeting, which is our next one, right,
Yes.
is the 3 principals will be there. Well, you talk about it.
Yeah. So we have, it's a special meeting. Well, it's not, well, special meeting, it's our plan meeting, but it is unique. In that each building will bring a team from members from their building leadership team. It's the front end of what we call a BLT retreat. And so the first part of the day is, we say it's from 7:30 to 9, but it tends to go a little bit longer than that. And each building team will share all of the great work that they did this year. They'll talk about their goals from this year, talk about the actions that they took during the year. Your administrators will speak, the teachers who are part of the BLT will speak. And so it's kind of like a highlight reel of what's happened at the primary school, the middle school, at the high school. And so again, that's the front part of the day. And then when that meeting is finished, each of those BLT teams work for the rest of the day. And they're focused on their goals. They're focused on developing professional development plans for the rest of for the next year, the 26-27 school year. So it's kind of our shift from this year to focus in on next year. And it starts with you. So,
Well, they're moving.
yeah, just wait.
Okay, sorry, we're looking at.
Are you looking at Storm? Are we still on the line?
We still seem to have stuff coming at us.
So for that meeting, just to be safe, I would probably count on 10 o'clock if you can't stick around.
If you
We
can.
try as hard as we can to be efficient, but
You're just so excited.
they're so excited. We get out into the,
Oh, you mean we're not
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
we're not gonna say it's 15 minutes per one?
I always say that.
Just acknowledge it.
Never works out. 15 minutes turns into 50 fast.
45 minutes and you've only heard one person.
No one in particular.
No, we're not pointing anything.
It only goes last, so.
Yeah.
we're well behind schedule.
They'll go first this time.
Sometimes we make them go.
We do.
first.
Yeah, we do. This might be a good year for them to go first.
Middle school go first.
We're here for it. I mean, let's just celebrate. Let's just plan for it accordingly.
I think that's what we're trying to say at this time.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we
Think
talked
about that.
tried many times.
It's a good way of marketing.
Let's just keep it 100. Keep it fun.
A lot of celebrating.
Anyway,
A lot of
it's
celebration.
interesting because they're very excited. They have lots to report and it's, you walk away much like you walk away tonight. Wow, there are cool things happening.
Yes, and you see similar goals, but how they play out differently across the building levels is fascinating to see. That's where I think it's really exciting.
Now you do. Thanks to your leadership. Used to be, we were all over the place. All right, thank you. Unless someone has something else, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
All right, and final roll call.
Mrs. Eller?
Yes.
Mr. Blarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Farah?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.